What's going on, guys? TKD123 here. Today we're going to talk about the album that we talked about a bunch the past few weeks, and even this album, I believe, not even arguably, really got the best artwork reveal of all time with Martha Stewart debuting it on a cake. It's funny stuff, and we are here to review the album finally, and we are talking about the big boss Rick Ross's "Rather You Than Me." Now, just to go over some kind of things that involving around the album, around its runtime and track list and stuff like that. It is 14 songs, right? So it's a pretty sizable album. It's a little bit, maybe I feel like on the medium side of things, or around the 12 range, but still, 14, good size. But the weird thing here that really catches me every time I listen to this album is the runtime. Now, this runtime is labeled as an hour and 3 minutes, like just over an hour. But when you listen to the entire album, it doesn't feel like an hour at all. Like, it feels legit like maybe 45 minutes. It feels like close to 40 minutes. Like, it's very, very quick to consume, and it doesn't really feel like an hour at all. Like, it feels like you just fly by this album, and I mean, that's just how I felt personally. Like, I felt that this album went by super, super quick. It wasn't really, like, it didn't feel like an hour at all. Also, before listening to this album, I never even once listened to a full Rick Ross album. Like, I listened to obviously his hits on the radio, his big hits with other artists and stuff like that, but I never truly listened to an entire album of his by just himself. I did a little bit of Mastermind a little bit here and there, but I didn't feel like I fully took in the album, only like songs that were big and whatever during that time. But going to this one, this was my first kind of true, I guess, go at an actual Rick Ross album, and I can say I had pretty low expectations, like not incredibly low, because to me, Rick Ross, right, is an artist that I view at kind of the same realm as 2 Chainz, right? Where like 2 Chainz, I don't really take seriously. I don't really expect a lot of depth in his music, like, he's just kind of a fun artist to listen to. And not to say that I think that Rick Ross was a fun artist to listen to, in that type of way, but just, Rick Ross, I felt like it was kind of like getting a cake, right? It was kind of like getting a cake, and it never changes. It just stays the same. And, you hate the cake, but, if it was, like, if you went without the cake, it would be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like that, where it's just kind of a thing where it's like, it's fun to listen to, and like fun to consume, you know what I'm saying, here and there, but when you're without it, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, it's not the biggest deal, right? But I think maybe this album, I think, probably changed that for me. This album, I actually really did thoroughly kind of enjoy this enjoy this album, and I'm laughing at that, just because I figured that it would have fell flat for me, or would have just not done anything for me, but really this album has a pretty, I feel, kind of even balance of those emotional, kind of gritty type of just off the cuff rap. We get the trap of the type of songs as well towards the beginning of the album, and it's definitely kind of 50-50 in a way. Actually, kind of looking at the track list right now, it's split up exactly 7 and 7, right? I feel like the first 7 are definitely much the hardcore. You're gonna play the song, I mean, you're gonna play the party, it's gonna be like real good stuff overall. And then we get kind of the more kind of low-key rap that we get at the other half of the album. In the second half, I feel like that's definitely where that part shines. And we have here a ton of features on the album. There are a crap ton of features here. We're gonna go run through a few of them, just pick on their verses or whatever, and we're definitely here gonna dissect all these features. For the first track, the intro of the album, we have Apple in My Eye, and that is, has a feature by Raphael Dariq, something like that, something close to that. I forgot what it is exactly, don't, chastise me in the comment section. But her feature was extremely good, and this overall song is very much kind of a deep one, so I feel like this doesn't really fall in that first 7 category, but it's definitely a very, very good intro. It's a nice kind of, I guess, breath of fresh air, kind of, nice way to introduce the overall, kind of theme, if you will, and a tone of the album. So definitely do think that the intro is very much a strong suit. Now let's talk about Idols Before Your Rivals, right? Now let's talk about that track right now. This track is every bit as demeaning, as aggressive as whatever else you want to call it, whatever adjective you want to throw out there, up to your throat, gonna slit your throat, whatever. Like, it is very much an aggressive track that everyone made out to be. Like, Rick Ross definitely did call out a bunch of people, and we talked about that in an episode for the music news a few days ago. But just so you kind of just kind of go over it, there were rumors here that Rick Ross and their presence is really, I mean, on Idols Become Rivals, sorry about that, that that he is talking about Birdman Birdman and the team at Young Money that screwed over, you know, DJ Khaled in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like with DJ Khaled, you know, how he always says, oh, you know, I don't want they, whatever. Like, you know, he tries to do everything that, you know, defies what they want. And it is kind of made apparent here that I guess Rick Ross is kind of, you know, kind of alluding to that, you know, Birdman and his partners over there at Young Money, they are the ones that kind of screwed over DJ Khaled, and they are the they of DJ Khaled, right? So it's very deep song here. Like there's a ton of things that he's lashing out, like, you know, I just saying people, you know, like, you know, that, oh, producers should get paid and stuff like that, and like, you know, he you know, really does get personal with Birdman. And on this track we have Chris Rock, and Chris Rock is on, I believe, one more track, right? And he doesn't do anything you know, in the musical mode things, like, you know, like he just there to kind of give short little interludes throughout the album. So, you know, those are welcome. You know, it's nice to hear that. It's kind of reminiscent of Blame Game off of Kanye West, how he had him on there as well, kind of like just talk whatever. So he's in there a few times. We got Young Thug on track 3, and then track 4, Dead Presidents, is, oh my god, that track is so good. That track is so good. We got Future, Jeezy, and Yo Gotti. They do absolutely tremendous on this track. It's very much a good, hard-hitting track. It's very, you know, just hits it where you want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hits the spot where everyone wants Rick Ross, where Rick Ross, I feel, is definitely, you know, the most boss, if you will, of the, like, I feel like if you were to give kind of an overall, like, leader or boss, you know, of this new generation of rap, I feel like it definitely just goes to Rick Ross. Like he has that boss mentality, obviously, you know, and it's obviously his name, whatever, but, you know, he is a boss similar as kind of like Jay-Z, where he holds himself to such a higher standard that, you know, everyone just buys into it. Everyone's like, okay, yeah, you know, Jay-Z's top, you know, Rick Ross is top, you know, not to compare them, not to compare them, but I'm saying that, you know, like they hold their, you know, hold their overall stature up to a way that I guess everyone just kind of just falls in line. You know, I'm not gonna argue it. All right, you know, wants to be boss, let me boss. He can do it. Another two of my favorites here are, I think, She Like Me, which is performed by Ty Dolla $ign as well, and that one is very much kind of like a summer vibey, you know, one of those R&B tracks that you can play with this, you know, with your top down, whatever, and you know, it's very much kind of like a, you know, laid back track. So I definitely like that one as well. Along with that, you know, next up we have The Powers That Be, which is featuring Nas, and that track is absolutely not good. But, you know, there was, you know, it says it's featuring Nas, right? But I really don't remember a Nas verse, right? Maybe I was, you know, every time I was driving at some point this week that I just kind of tuned out or something like that. But I don't know, like I like Rick Ross's part on the track for sure, but I don't really recall a Nas part. I'm gonna go back and look at it, but I'm pretty sure there is one. And, you know, if Nas is on there, it's good. You know, we got nothing to complain about there. And then from there on out, you know, we get the kind of like, you know, hard, you know, not like hardcore, but the real kind of R&B type of vibes here going into the later half of the album and stuff like that. You know, mixed in there, we got Meek Mill on Riggedy Doors, right? He, you know, he did good. He did good. Meek Mill, I applaud you, right? You know what I'm saying? Me as a Drake fan, right? You know, there's a lot of divisiveness between, you know, Drake fans and Meek Mill, right? But me, you know, I'm a little bit, you know, I can vibe with Meek Mill. I guess what, guys? I liked Dream Chasers 4. I did. Like, sorry, I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Meek Mill can be good. You know, he can be good, and here it definitely shows as well. You know, he's doing his casual, you know, just the way he raps in his tone, whatever. Like, he's doing the same, you know, type of mantra, whatever. And you know, he does a good job, man. So, you know, I'm not gonna be over here, you know, dissing the man, you know, over music that he does that's good. You know, like, if it's good, it's good. I can't argue with that. And then we get the outro to the album, which is Summer 17, and man, oh my God, if Drake got a feature here, if Drake got a feature on Summer 17, right? Don't get me wrong. Yo Gotti did okay, right? Yo Gotti was fine, you know, it was okay. But if we got Drake on the feature for Summer 17, come on, man. That would have been beautiful. That would have been great. I know that, you know, Rick Ross and Drake are close in a way, and you know, they have a lot of, you know, good kind of resonance between them. But I would have loved to see Drake on the feature. But of course, he was busy, whatever, you know, what I want to say. But overall, that was a great outro as well. It kind of, you know, honestly, like, the outro is good, but it definitely leaves off with a cliffhanger. It's like, because Summer 17, it goes back to kind of like that, you know, upbeat kind of trap-esque song, and you know, you kind of want some more, and then it just dips and it's over. And it's like, oh man, well, oh well, you know, things gotta come to an end. So, you know, overall, thinking about this album, I definitely do, you know, enjoy the album, definitely did enjoy it, but there's an overwhelming sense, you know, that I feel that you guys can see through this as well on the review, and that is just that, you know, this album is a bit forgettable, right? I don't want it to be, I don't want it to, you know, have me that this album is bad or whatever. I don't want it to seem like that, you know, from my end of things, but just from also my end of things, I can't ignore this kind of sense of just forgetfulness, you know. But it's weird because there's a lot of really good tracks here. Like, there's a lot of really good songs in this, and there's, I would, you know, I would say more than less, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are plenty of heavy hitters here, plenty of really dope, you know, insightful, really great bars, whatever, but, you know, I just have this sense of just kind of like forgetfulness, you know, like this didn't really grab my attention in the way that I kind of wanted to or kind of hoped it did. But you know, that's kind of overall my take. Like, it's not that it's bad, don't get me wrong, I didn't hate this album, it's just that it's a little bit forgettable at times. And that is all I got today. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and that shit down below. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.